Prime Minister Narendra Modi is set to visit Russia next week, and among the bilateral discussions will be defense agreements. This is of high importance for both nations. Consider this. The Su-30 MKI make up over 50% of India's fighter fleet. The Kilo-class submarine is over 50% of the conventional submarine fleet. The T-72 and T-90 tanks are over 90% of India's tank fleet. And the Arihant class nuclear submarine fleet is also of Russian origin. In fact, more than 60% of India's defense arsenal comes from Russia. So why are Russian arms critical for India? News9 Plus Decodes. Russia has been supplying arms to India since the mid-1960s. It supplied 65% of India's weapons purchases of more than $60 billion during the last 2 decades. About 90% of the Indian Army's equipment is of Russian origin. At least 40% of the Navy's equipment comes from Russia. And the Indian Air Force has around 70% Russian origin equipment. Why has Russia been the #1 supplier for India? 1. Russia has never imposed sanctions or embargoes. 2. Russia has never asked India for immediate payment. Historically, even the USSR did not ask India for the same. 3. Russian equipment remains available at a reasonable price. 4. India gets exclusive access to the most sophisticated Russian technologies. 5. Russia transfers cutting-edge technology of the kind most nations would never offer. A case in point is the Indo-Russian BrahMos supersonic cruise missile, produced by the two countries jointly. Another example is nuclear-powered attack submarines, which Russia leases to India on demand. Which Indian arms are of Russian origin? The Indian Army's anti-tank and air defense systems, such as the Conqueror's anti-tank guided missiles, its multiple rocket launcher systems, and its Pechora surface-to-air missiles, are Russian. In fact, in 2022, India and Russia signed a $677 million deal to jointly produce over 600,000 AK-203 assault rifles in India. The Navy's Rajput-class destroyers, Talwar-class frigates, and V-class missile corvettes are all from Russia. INS Vikramaditya originally served in the Soviet Navy before it was decommissioned and bought by the Indian Navy in 2004. The Air Force's MiG-29 UPG and MiG-21 fighters, 6 IL-78 tankers, as well as 14 IL-76 transport aircraft are Russian, and 3 Israeli Falcon AWACS are fitted onto Russian IL-76 aircraft. Russia is also refurbishing an Akula-class nuclear-powered attack submarine for the Indian Navy. This submarine will be delivered later this decade. India and Russia are also negotiating the transfer of at least 6 Tupolev Tu-160 Blackjack strategic bombers. These could dramatically transform the striking capabilities of the Indian Air Force.